Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Dharam Singh, and today I am here to talk about some of the PfMP related questions. I hope you can hear me all right and you can see me all right. You can see my slides. If someone can just drop a message on my question or chat just to confirm. All right, so great. Thank you for confirming. Perfect. So thank you for joining. So this is the second session. Actually, it's the first session for PfMP, but the second session in a way because I started PgMP question test, similar session for PgMP 2 weeks ago. So this series is picking up really well. A lot of people are showing interest, and the PgMP, there were a lot of people they shown interest. They are still learning and they're going through the programs. And hope this series for next 5 weeks, next 5 sessions will help you to build your knowledge and assist you to achieve your PfMP in the shortest possible time. So with no further delays, just to introduce, my name is Dharam Singh, and I have been training PgMPs, PfMPs, and PMPs if required, and all other certifications. So we are ATP with PMI and REP since 2013. So and just to appreciate all of you here to join this session. I know some of you probably it's a very late night, middle of night. Some of you middle of lunchtime or in the morning, early morning. So thank you for joining, and I am really hoping that I can add some value to you and you can take something out of this and you achieve your objective. All right. As most people know, PfMP stands for Portfolio Management Professional. If you don't know, that's something, first thing you should know. All right, so we'll talk about a little bit about myself, how to pass PfMP in your first attempt. I have created a video. I will share the link with you very soon. You can watch that. This is where I have explained each and every steps required to achieve your PfMP in the shortest possible time. Okay, and similar video I've created for PgMP as well. If you have not done your PgMP, like to do your PgMP, you're more than welcome to watch that as well. Session overview, and then we'll get into the question answers, and then I will talk to you how I can help or my company can help you with achieving your certification. Question session will be beneficial for you only when you participate. Yes, you will be able to listen, you will watch, but it will work really well when you are actually participating. Even though everybody's saying the same answer, participating will keep you connected with the question. And if you do get wrong, you need to find out why you're getting wrong. So I hope you will participate and join me in this session. Yeah, so you probably know about me. I am one of the mentor. I have started teaching PgMP in 2009, and PfMP we started in 2013, and personally I started teaching in 2018. That's where I got my PfMP. So I got my PgMP in 2010, and I started teaching in 2009. So while I was preparing, I started working with the PMI Sydney chapter and helped at least the president of the chapter at the time. And then that was the starting point for me, and I took it as a kind of career. And now, as of now, I have 330 PgMPs globally out of 3,660. So from 46 countries. I'm very proud of each of them. Some of you are already here after achieving your PgMP. You want to learn how to get into PfMP. So thank you for trusting me for your PgMP, and thank you for trusting me for your PfMP as well. And PfMP, I'm very proud to say I have 65. We have 65 PfMPs out of 1,106, so it's 5-6%. But the good thing is I'm maintaining 100% pass rate, and all of these people who have gone for exam, they pass exam with above target result. I want to tell you, look, PMI has 2 books at the moment, and I want to make sure, especially the PfMP. what PMI has done, they created a 4th edition, and for some reason they have not changed the exam. So the book 4th edition was released in 2018, and I was hoping that they're changing the exam somewhere, 19 or something, but they have not changed. But the exam is still based on 3rd edition. So that's where the confusion starts. When you are starting your PfMP, first thing you do, go to the website and pick the latest version and start preparing with that. Before you realize, and actually I know some people actually did the exam as well, gone to the exam with the 4th edition. Yeah, so exam is based on 3rd edition. So before you do anything, before you read 4th edition anymore, please throw that away. And for some reason, PMI has removed the book from the bookstore, the 3rd edition. I am in the discussion with them to bring it back. I don't know what's going on with them, but the exam is based on 3rd edition and the book is based on 3rd edition. So please don't buy the 4th edition, don't download the 4th edition. If you cannot get the 3rd edition book, I do have few copies of that. I can assist you with those, the 3rd edition book. Okay, that's a very, very important point for you. Yeah, so I've served for PMI Sydney as a board of director, as certification director. That is where I got to know what is PgMP all about. And that's where I got started my journey as a PgMP initially. Then, at the time I was working with Dr. Ginger Levine. She helped me to get my PgMP, and then she encouraged me to start teaching. So I'm very proud to say that that session, that training I attended with her was life-changing for me. I do have some recognition, rewards, and yeah, and something unique which I feel proud of. I started a group called EP Yoga back in Australia. So the group is still going on. They are enjoying the benefits. I served them for 7 years, and because I'm in US now, so I've not started any group here. And hopefully I can start another group very soon in US. If you are in the US, you might benefit, or maybe I start a virtual yoga classes. There you go. So if you want to learn anything from me, maybe PgMP, PfMP, or even yoga, or maybe some health tip, I love to talk to you. All right. But today's session is all about PfMP and what you have to do to pass your PfMP exam. So you like to take this note this YouTube link. You can use this link to access this video, how to pass PfMP certification exam. I'm sure you will love it. I have covered everything you need to do for passing your PfMP exam. And feel free to book some time with me so that I can guide you and assist you with whatever requirements you have, or whatever understanding you want to build, whatever maybe you want to understand the eligibility or something. Okay. Yeah, so I have a question here. Yeah, is the PgMP the starting point for PfMP? Actually, no. So PfMP or PgMP, PMP, or all the PMI certification are independent to each other. If you are eligible for PfMP, I will rather suggest you to go all the way to PfMP without worrying about PgMP. All right, so I will look into your other questions as we go further. Yes, I got a similar question. Can I took PfMP without PgMP? I am already PMP. So, I mean, as I said, you can do any certification at any time. If you want to find out logical steps, if you are eligible for PfMP or PgMP, I will suggest to get PgMP done, or you can directly do PfMP. So if you have done PgMP recently, it is a good idea for you to continue PfMP, because a lot of learning you have built as part of PgMP will help you to do your PfMP exam even faster. So as I said, I'm maintaining 100% pass rate. And I can tell you, because 3rd edition book is still relatively much easier. So if you are thinking of doing PfMP, try to do it sooner rather than later. In case PMI do decide to change the exam to 4th edition, then exam where the material will not be available for a long time, then books will not be available for a long time. So get it done. So yeah, are you eligible for PfMP? One thing you need to find out I mean, of course, I will suggest you to go through this video. You need to have 4 years of portfolio management experience and 8 years of business experience. And part of business experience, your PF portfolio experience is also counted as business experience. So whatever you've done as a portfolio manager or project manager, program manager, that is your business experience. Okay. And portfolio management, yes, it's not about the title you have, it is about the work you have done. You may be called as a PMO head, you may be called as CEO, you may be called as a project manager or a portfolio manager, doesn't matter. What matters is the work you did at the time you're running the portfolio. You should be having access to the strategic objective to be achieved, and you are running multiple projects which may or may not have any interdependencies. Okay, you should be able to select the right project, right program as part of the portfolio. So highly recommended. Go download this or watch this video. I'm sure you will learn lots. And when you're on the YouTube channel, you like to find our PgMP and other certifications as well. I mean, not other certifications, but other videos, webinars, which I have done with my past students or other, my other friends who have contributed, and they are leadership in the leadership roles for portfolio program managers. All right, so yeah, your YouTube channel, you can subscribe, and you can, I love to see your comments. Please write your comments if possible. So how to approach each question is unique. So we got, we have the five questions for today. And we're going to go through the questions, read the, I will suggest you to read the question entirely, but you need to have a faster reading style. You have to read faster. Some question can be lengthy. So you don't want to stuck with reading and rereading. That can take a lot of time from you. Read all the options. Sometimes you feel that option A is correct, but what about B, C, or D? The other option may be better than the first one. Make sure you have read all the 4 options. And try to eliminate as many options as you can, as fast as you can, so you can get to the answer very, very easily. And decision making, 2 options will be direct correct correlation with the question. So many times you find that 2 or 3, even 3, can be very close, and it's difficult for you to eliminate them. And that is where your learning will come useful to you. That is where your analytics, your detailed learning about the sequencing, about the document, about the domain, about the artifacts will be useful for you. So as my students, you get to learn how to build your sequence, how to get to the right answer in the shortest time. I hope I can give some of the learnings today, which will be useful for you. So yeah, so please, of course, you go with the plan, and the 4-hour exam, 170 question. If you have, if you're not careful, you may run out of the time. So you need to be careful about the time and get you done 170 question in the as soon as possible. Then, if you still have time, you can go back to the some of the marked questions. So, and yeah, once you understood that's your right answer, final answer, you pick the right answer. Make sure you have picked, when you say, yep, answer is B, and you have actually marked B. I've seen people, they said they think that B, but accidentally marking C, which is no good for you. All right, so let's get into the questions. So as I said, I have 5 questions. I will read the question loud and clear. So the question here is, what are the key difference between portfolio and program? So option A, component in portfolio has interdependent to each other, has to be interdependent on each other. Component in portfolio may not be interdependent on each other. Portfolio has end date, whereas program don't. Component in portfolio can never be dependent on each other. So please put your answer on the question pad or on chat. And your time started already. I can see a lot of answers coming. Please keep going. Good, good. So far, I can see most of you are getting right. I know this is a very basic question, and but people still make mistake, and I can see a couple of mistakes as well. But don't worry, we will talk about that. The most important thing for you is to understand the difference and commonalities between portfolio and program. All right. So, any more answers? I know the time is still, we have plenty of time, but some questions you can do very quickly, such as this. And you will find many questions are one-liners level. And many times you find questions are very lengthy and complex, the tabular form. But if you get one-liner question, get it done and move on. So while the time is there, let me take the answer. And I think most of you have answered. But if you're still answering, please continue. So answer for this is B, very straightforward. So first of all, let's establish what is program. Program is program and commonality between program and portfolio. They both have multiple components. Okay, but when you talk about program has to have the component within program has to have some interdependencies. Whereas portfolio, you may or may not have interdependencies. Okay, that's one difference. And the second difference is program has a start and end date, but portfolio can be continuing for many years as long as you are satisfying the organization strategic objective. I mean, we are not talking about that response, but the interdependency or dependency does make difference. So answer for this is B, and I think except one, all of you got it right. Perfect, great. This is a good warm-up question. I think we already gone through this. Moving to the question number 2. So question number 2 is talking about they are primary conduit between managers of portfolio component and portfolio stakeholders. It's operation manager, portfolio manager, program manager, portfolio manager office. And your time starts now. Keep going. Good. Keep going. A few more seconds to go. All right. So this is another one-liner question, but I have noticed that many of you got it wrong, and many of you got right as well. So answer for this is portfolio manager. So yes, organization has strategy, organization vision, and the sponsors and the departments, they want to get the work done. So they come to portfolio manager, and portfolio manager has a project manager, program manager. So they will get the work done. So you are a kind of a bridge between the organization strategy and with the projects and the work to be delivered. So it's not a program manager. Program manager get the work done, but generally program manager work to support the portfolio managers, and PMO, portfolio manager office, is supporting the portfolio manager in by providing the resources, by providing the assisting them in reporting and many other ways. But the main person to get the work done via project managers is your portfolio manager. That's you. You are managing if you are in that role. Okay. Yes, this was another one-liner question, but yes, I see that some of you did got wrong. All right, moving on to number 3. Okay, so there was let me tell you why option D was not correct. Portfolio management office is supporting portfolio manager, not they are not because sometimes people think PMO, a portfolio management office, is in charge of delivering. It is possible that you are the program manager, project manager, portfolio manager working for PMO, but when you read this question from an exam as PMO for in PgMP PfMP exam is stand for either program manager office or portfolio manager office. They are supporting structure for you, so they are helping you in delivering the work. Okay, I hope this makes sense to you. All right, so let's see the question number 3. While defining your portfolio to the portfolio governance body, you were explaining a portfolio is component collection of programs, projects, and operation managed as a group to achieve strategic objective. What do you understand by portfolio component? The portfolio component are smart, but and that is they are specific, measurable, actionable, relevant, and time bound. B is saying portfolio component are quantifiable, that is they are smart and can be measured, ranked, and prioritized. And C is saying portfolio component are quantifiable, that is they are measured, ranked, and prioritized. And D is saying portfolio component are smart, that is they are specific, measurable, accountable, relevant, and time bound. Okay, your time starts now. All right, keep going. Yeah, I saw only few responses so far. I know it's a little wordy question. Time is running out. You have to be careful in exam. You have limited time, so you have to read, answer as fast as possible. Even if you get it wrong, doesn't matter. Please answer. Yep. Any more? I can wait a couple more seconds. Okay. So here I got a response, almost all the responses, A, B, C, D. So this kind of question can be trick question, and unless if you studied the standard, you're going to get it wrong. Okay, so let's talk about them. So answer for this is C. You can feel proud of your answer. All right, let's see. A is saying the portfolio component are smart. That is, they are specific, measurable, actionable, relevant, and time bound. So smart word, or this specific, measurable, this is used with objective goals. We are not talking about with respect to the components. That's why A, B, and D are out. C is saying components are quantifiable. So why we need to have component quantifiable? When you are given, as a portfolio manager, you are given multiple components, and out of 5 or 10 components, you have to select 2 or 3. You should be able to measure them. You should be able to rank them, prioritize them. If you cannot rank them, prioritize them, then it will be difficult for you to justify your reason for selection. So the components are quantifiable, that is, they can be measured, ranked, and prioritized. All right. Any other discussion? Anybody has any question? Why or why not? If you have selected A, B, or D, if you have strong arguments against or in favor, let me know. All right. Okay. All right. I think you're right. See, okay. Rush through the. Okay. Yeah. If sometimes if you come up with the wrong answer immediately, you still have a chance to change it here. But exam, yes, once it's done, you can't change. But here you can always change. All right. Let's look at number 4. So you are a portfolio manager of $2 billion portfolio. As part of the portfolio, you have managing several high-profile projects and programs. These projects and programs are strategically aligned. During your discussion with Portfolio Management Office, you were explaining which activities are covered, which are not covered within the portfolio management. Which one activity is not included in the portfolio management? Identifying and aligning the organization's priorities, determining governance and performance management framework, managing activities within Portfolio Management Office, and measuring value or benefits. All right, your time starts now. It's a little wordy question, but you have to be fast reader. Sometimes not reading, but maybe scanning. All right, I'm getting some answers. I love to see response from every one of you. That will be great. Even if you think everybody is answering the right, or you think that you have no idea, but please write something. Few more seconds to go. All right, couple more seconds. Okay, so any more answers before I start? Okay. All right, so this is a very fun, basic question again. Talking about portfolio management, you need to have understanding. You should have read the first chapter where it is talking about portfolio management. And it is there are a few things you need to know what is part of part of portfolio management responsibility, what is not. So yes, I can see it is a tricky question. I can tell you this is not as tricky as some of the questions you will see in exam. But if you have read the material, if you have listened to my lecture, you get it right almost immediately. I see many of my students or my previous students, they are getting it right. So identifying and aligning the organization priorities is still your job, whatever is applicable to the portfolio. You're not participating in the organization priority, deciding priorities, but you are checking which priorities are applicable to your portfolio. Determining governance and performance management framework, that's something you have to do as part of your portfolio, making sure whatever is applicable, the governance structure and the performance management framework you need to establish. Measuring value and benefit, yes, this is another performance management role. As and when component managers start giving you responses, the feedback about how they're performing, you measuring what is the value generated, what is the benefit generated from this project program. C is talking about managing activities within Portfolio Management Office. So this is something done as part of the PMO role, not by the portfolio manager. You have to be very clear that you have to have a clear distinction between PMO versus portfolio manager role. If you have that, you have the answer almost immediately. I got some of the responses almost immediately. Some of them you were thinking, which is okay. Yeah, so understanding the role and responsibility of portfolio manager, office, governing body, project manager, program manager is very, very important for you. Okay, I hope you're enjoying this session so far. Let me know your excitement. Answer is C. Okay, good. Thank you for your response. Perfect. Number 5. So this is the last question. I like to see response from everyone. So you are a portfolio manager of $2 billion portfolio. As part of the portfolio, you have several high-profile projects and programs. These projects and programs are strategically aligned. During your discussion with portfolio manager office, you were explaining which activities are covered and which are not covered within the portfolio management. Which one activity is not included within the portfolio management? Okay, so it's very similar to the previous question. And the responses we have: determining governance and performance management framework, recommending portfolio investment decisions, measuring value and benefit, and developing organization strategies. All right, your time starts now. So it's very similar to the previous. If you have listened to the previous question, response to the previous, you already have the answer. Right? Keep going, keep going. I like to see response from every one of you. This is the last question. You really want to give your answer here. And I see most of you are getting right. Yeah, couple more seconds. Okay, so yes, while it's almost repeat of the previous question, and sometimes you will see in exam that with one scenario followed by 2 or 3 similar questions. And again, if you have understood the flow of information within the organization, you already have the answer. So answer for this is D. If you got it, D is perfectly right, and I can see many of you got it right. Determining governance and performance management framework, as I mentioned to you, it's something you need to work. Maybe you have to work with PMO or something, but this is something you have to identify with the help of your governing body. What kind of governance framework you need to have? What is the performance management framework you would have? Recommending portfolio investment decisions. So you will receive multiple requirements from various stakeholders, sponsors, but you need to figure out which component you should be considering for your portfolio. You may not decide, but you're going to recommend to the governing body. Measuring value and benefit, and as we talked the previous question, yes, you have to measure benefit and value generated. Developing organizational strategies. So you may participate, but you're generally not developing these organizational strategies. You're given the organizational strategy specific to your portfolio, but you are not developing. So that's where the answer D is correct. Okay, I hope you have learned something new here. I mean, while these are very basic question, and okay, so somebody saying, I thought executive deal with the investment decisions and selection. Yes, portfolio manager is recommending. If you look at the question again, the recommending portfolio investment, sorry, you're talking about, yeah, recommendation is yours. You are recommending based on your analysis of ROI and benefit cost ratio or IRR, multiple things. But decisions are made by the executives, by a governing body. You are the one who recommends. Make sense? Okay, right. So So this was the last question, and I will take some of the questions mentioned earlier. So just some statistics if you have not seen. 330 PgMPs from 3,660, and this is numbers you are familiar with. All right, so I have a webinar coming up. This is with Mehul Saha. He was my recent PfMP, latest PfMP. So if you're not joined, please join this session. I'm sure it's going to be very, very interesting because we're talking about digital and organization transformation, and especially in the post-pandemic world. You really want to listen to Mehul. We have lots of question planned for this session, and the best thing is you will also earn 1 PGU from this session. Okay, so no PGU from this session, but in the future you will from this program you will receive. All right, if you want to book some time with me, please do that. This is obligation free 15-minute time. Even if you just want to say, of course you want to utilize your time as best as possible. So book your time, send me email, or there are various ways you can connect with me. And before we finish, let me tell you the discounts I offered. Maybe some people like to know that. And please come to me with the discount, especially when you are paying for your pocket and you are in one of the category. If your organization paying for you, please don't ask me, because if organization can afford, I'm trying to give a discount to people who cannot or who really need the discount. So servicemen, ex-servicemen, or current servicemen in US or anywhere in the world, if you have worked in Army, Air Force, Naval, I like to recognize your efforts, contribution. So I like to give you 20% discount to any of my programs. Women, I like to promote women professionals as much as I can. So if you are one of, again, as I said, you may be well off and your organization well off, so please don't ask me the discount. But if you need some support, here I have 20% discount for you as well. And if you have any disability or your friends have any disability, and I like to recognize that, because I know there are many difficulties and challenges you have to face. So I'm offering a 20% discount for that as well. And people who joined today, participated in today's session, and like to join the PfMP upcoming PfMP program. So I like to recognize you as well. I like to give you 10% discount to this to anybody like to join any of my program. So just to give you dates, I'm having 2 mentoring programs starting for PfMP. That will be in July 2nd, and that is July 2nd for me in San Francisco. But July 3 will be 3rd July for Singapore and in Australia, other places. And the program on July 5th, that will be in the morning for me and evening and afternoon for many other places. So if you have anything related, any question, clarification about portfolio management or about these questions, if you really want to learn something from me, please reach out to me and see if I can help you in one way or other. So there were some questions as well. Let me see the questions here. I think the one question we are talking about, so somebody asked me in US test center. Yes, you still have to go for PgMP, PfMP. You still have to go to the test centers. PMI has not changed their exam structure. They expect you to go to through the nearest Pearson center. So once your eligibility is through, please book your exam as soon as possible. One thing I like to highlight, the application process for PfMP is more tedious than PgMP, even PgMP. Many people people are receiving rejection from PMI purely because they try to convert their projects or program into portfolio. And if you are not done, if you cannot explain in the PMI format and the portfolio format, you likely to get it rejected. So don't worry, I can help you with that. So part of the mentoring program, I do provide application support, or if you just want my application support only, I do have a package for that as well. So please feel free to reach out to me. So let me see the questions here. Is PgMP start? Okay, now that's gone. We're done. what is the hit rate ratio for PgMP? Okay, I'm not very sure what hit rate means. I think he is talking about passing rate. So unofficially, I mean, it's not official, probably around 40 to 50% passing rate in PgMP. I may be 100% wrong, but this is all unofficial number. Okay, there were a couple more questions. And similar sessions are coming up for PgMP, PfMP. Keep an eye on your LinkedIn sessions, on your emails. Okay, all right. How much it costs for PfMP mentoring? And I'm planning to pay myself, not organization. So yeah, please book some time with me. I like to discuss with you. If you're falling in particular category which I mentioned, I love to give you some discount. And okay, are you planning to circulate these slides? Yeah, these slides and video will be available. I think they will be released before the next session we have for PfMP. But keep an eye on my LinkedIn session. We are sharing question by question every week, every day, I think. How many hours per week? I don't know what do you mean by how many hours. So preparation time, if you are preparing, I think 1 to 2 hours per week can work for you. If you're talking about my mentoring program, it will be 2 hours per week. But the important thing about the program is not about what you learn in the class, but what you learn from the before the class. It's a very unique structure, and it has given almost, I mean, so far 100% results for PfMP. So you will be given videos, you will be given books and other documents and material. So you are required to learn from the video and reading the material and build your notes, and then you come to the class with your questions, clarification. And I still talk to you about some of the key topics, important topics from the chapter, and then we do 10 questions. So just like this, we did today 5 questions. We have 10 questions in the session, and we will continue to learn from those sessions. Are you the schedule available on your page? Yes, I do have. If you go to my website, or I can send an email to you with the upcoming schedule, especially the 2nd July and 5th July. So yeah, if you go to my website on vCare Project Management, I think there is a link here. Yeah, if you go to this website and look for your programs on the online program or virtual program, and look for PgMP or for PfMP in this case, you can pick the right program. So I think you have to go to the next page. We have to do some cleanup on the first page. So go to the next page. The two programs are available for July. If you want to do personal mentoring program, that's also available one-to-one, and that is very, very powerful. So we can talk about that. So best thing is, book some time with me. I have some availability today, even the weekend. If you want to talk to me on weekend, this is the link you can use for booking the time. Okay. Okay. So let me actually share the link. Okay. Where's the link? I have to. Yeah. Can you share something here? I can pass that. I cannot copy this one at the moment. But if you can take a note, bit.ly/2sbhtok. Right, guys. So I will see you very soon in the next webinar, which is happening not far away. It's actually a webinar with Mehul, as I mentioned earlier. So please register yourself, and you're going to learn a lot from him. And he will talk a little bit about PfMP as well, but more about digital and organization transformation. So I will see you soon, and till that time, thank you, and take care. Bye now.